Paul from Journey of a Petrol Head again. Today reviewing the Jaguar XF twin turbo diesel 3 litre that we have. This is the driving test, so let's see how this goes. But the first thing you'll notice, I'm sitting on the other side of the car because we're back in home base today. We're back in Ireland for this test. Surprisingly, middle of December in this one, and it's sunny. So that's good. It's cold, but it's sunny. So that's why I'm the other side of the car. Now, what is this car like to drive? Twin turbo diesels. It's the first twin turbo diesel I've ever driven, actually. I test drove a 640 BMW because I was interested in the twin turbo diesel idea, but this engine is just fantastic to drive. 275 horsepower, no turbo lag of any sort. Put the foot down in whatever gear, car takes off. It's very, very fast. I've driven Nissan 350Zs, I've driven Audi S8s and Audi RS6s, I've even driven a Ferrari. This is quick. This is not a slow car by any stretch of the imagination. So, you want a fast car that's economical, maybe this is worth a look. 3 litres, twin turbo, 8-speed automatic box. Now, the earlier versions of the XF, I drove a 2.2 with a 6-speed automatic box. Wasn't a patch on this particular model. So the 3 litre with the higher torque and the twin turbo is a spin-up fast, it's a real driver's car, this. Rear wheel drive, 20-inch wheels, running Dunlop tyres, and the Dunlop tyres are fantastic. The grip on this car is amazing. Gives you a lot of confidence. The 8-speed automatic box then can go into various different series of modes. There's a D for driving mode, bog standard, tootle around town, really nice to drive, nice in traffic, fine, no hassle. Go into sport mode, becomes a different animal, hold on to the gears longer, really nice to drive in sport mode. Go into dynamic mode, so there's a special switch down here which has got a checkered flag on it. That really explains dynamic mode right there. Sharpens the gear changes, but holds the gears for much longer, such that it actually becomes jerky on a gear change, so maybe watch out for that if you're pressing on in dynamic mode. I prefer, having driven this for a while, I prefer dynamic mode with manual shift. So the manual shift is by means of the Tiptronic paddles mounted on the steering wheel. We all know my opinion on mounting these paddles on the steering wheel. They're in the wrong place, right? Several times I've gone around the corner in a hurry to try and change gear. I don't have a paddle. The paddle, when I'm turning the wheel, the paddle could be anywhere, right? So I don't like that. But I do like these paddle shifts in terms of what it does to the dashboard. So when you put the car into D, you get a little clock on your dashboard here, which is nice and fine, gives you the temperature gauge, the whole lot of it, right? When you go into S, through the rotary selector, which is quite nice, we have an S up here. It's sharpened my gear changes. You can actually hear it's holding the gear longer. When you flip it into manual mode, it tells you what gear you're in. Out of the 8 gears, I'm now in 6. Now I'm in 7. When I'm actually pressing on in a hurry and I'm in manual mode, once you go beyond the 4,200 revs over here, this becomes yellow. It's a real sports car idea to give the driver an indication that they're at the max level now, change gear, get another cog, get moving. I really like that touch, Jaguar, it's really nice. I wonder how many XF owners are aware it does that, because it's not written anywhere that I've seen, and I found it by accident. Really nice touch, well done, Jaguar. Other things I like on this car, I like the parking of this car. The parking is quite simple because we have reverse cameras and parking sensors all around the car. So parallel parking on this is quite easy, very hard to get wrong because the sensors tell you exactly where you are. You get a camera here, which is nice, and you get a display at the same time to show you if you're close to the front or close to the back or whatever. Rear visibility of this car is fantastic. The rear window is huge. Finally, a car with a proper rear window. It's huge, and the driving mirrors on the side are good, and the rear mirror, it's an automatic dipping mirror. It's nice to have one of those. It's fantastic. You don't get dazzled at night. I should also say the driving mirrors are also dipping at night, automatic chromatic mirrors. I've forgotten what they call them now, but it's really nice. You won't get dazzled driving this car at night. Other driving modes, you have a winter mode in this car as well, also by a switch down here with a little snowflake on it. Very easy car to drive in ice, and I've done this a few times with the big tyres. I was worried with all the torque coming through the rear wheels in ice. I thought I'd be spinning my wheels all day long and not going anywhere. Not the case. Winter mode locks out first gear and dampens down the power setting, so a very easy car to drive in ice. Nice and simple, and nice gearbox shift. There's no real hassle with that either. It's a bit of a dream to drive this car. The headlights, xenon headlights, automatic, great range on them. No front fog lights in this car that people tend to use as driving lights, and they're not driving lights. But there isn't any in this car, which is interesting. The headlight beams on this are quite good. They're good projectors, so you don't really need them. In other cars, I've had to put on full beams when driving at night on dark roads. In this, not so much. The standard headlights, they have a lot of range. I'm quite happy with them. Overall, the driving experience of this is great. The acceleration is snappy, but it's easy to drive when it needs to be easy to drive. There's plenty of room in the cabin. It's comfortable on a long journey. These particular seats in this Portfolio S spec Jaguar move in 12 different directions for the driver and the passenger, which is unusual, and they're extremely comfortable. They're both heated and cooled, which is very, very nice. And it's got the lumbar support system I first came across in an Audi, where you can move the lumbar support up or down, and in and out. It's really, really nice. I do like that quite a bit. The only other thing I'd say, in winter mode, your heated windscreen is very, very handy. So there's a switch down here. It's from the days when Ford owned Jaguar. They invented this heated windscreen element, and it's really handy. It de-ices the window very quickly, so if you're caught out without the icer, and I have been more than once, it's not a problem in this particular car. Fantastic sound system as well. This one has the Meridian sound system. There's many ways you can actually change the sound system settings in this car. There's so many speakers I've lost count. It's very, very nice in terms of whatever quality of music you want to play. Do you want bass, do you want treble, how do you want to adjust it? Very easy to do in this car. Speed linked as well, so it'll get louder if you're going faster, that kind of idea. I do like those settings in cars. It makes it nice for the driver. 4 electric windows, remote central locking, keyless entry and keyless start. So you literally hit the start button, off you go. I was worried about the keyless entry idea. I didn't really understand how that worked. If the key is on the window and the car is parked outside, can someone steal your car? And the answer is no. If you're standing beside a door and you want to open the door, you have to have the key on you. Several times the passenger has tried to open the door and I'm standing beside the driver's door and they can't. The car doesn't unlock until I open the door. So whatever way Jaguar have their sensors done, if the key is not near the sensor that's closest to the action that is being attempted, the car doesn't open. That's brilliant. I like the security on this. It's really, really nice. Don't forget to tune in for the next video where we take you through all the interior controls of this car, and there's many upgrades in this because it's a portfolio model. And like and subscribe and we'll bring you lots more. Thanks.